I want to ask you, anybody interested in this kind of faith? I mean, this is what we should hunger for. But there's something that you need to know. True faithfulness is proven not when things are easy in life. True faithfulness is proven when obedience costs you everything. Like when there's this test, and it's a test of life, and when you are ready to let everything go, then you know you passed. How do you have this kind of faith? How is it that how did they develop this kind of faith? By the way, I just want to, something that I can't help but notice in the midst of this story. Don't you know that most of us are like, God, when I go through those times, I want you to rescue me before I'm thrown into the furnace, before I'm thrown into the lion's den. Like the night before when I begin to worry and I get scared, that's when I want you to come and deliver me, And I think that's like most of us, right? We don't want to walk through the valley of the shadow of death. We just want to walk up to it and then be delivered from it and say, we've been there, done that, right? But that's not the way it happens here. Why is it that God doesn't even show until they're in? Right? Why is it that instead of just crying out to God and wanting God to show up before you go to the doctor's appointment, before these relationships fall apart, because I think He wants there to be no hope before He gives you hope. Right? I mean, He doesn't want there to be, you wake up one day and say, well, that was kind of a coincidence. He's not a big fan of coincidences because it takes all of the glory away from Him, all the spotlight away from Him. He doesn't want there to be coincidence. He doesn't want you to be comforted. That's not why He delivers us, is to comfort us. Rather, He wants us to have a foundation that is so strong that it doesn't matter what kind of storm comes your way. And He wants to be seen. He wants to be without a shadow of doubt. He wants to be what delivers you, and that's what delivers you. And He wants to quiet all of the skeptics around you, all of the people who are saying there's no God. And because of that makes sense then, right? Throw them in, and then I'll come. Then I'll deliver them. And I think that's really important for us to understand in the midst of this. Because faith that obeys is in the most extreme situations is the kind of faith that will last a lifetime. When we have finally come to resolve in our life that we are going to follow Him no matter what. So there's 3 revelations, I'm going to call them revelations, to the level of faithfulness that we see here. And these are noteworthy. These are things that we ought to write down and pay attention to. The first revelation I see here is that faithfulness requires settled conviction before the crisis comes. Right? I mean, we already have to have this already figured out before the crisis comes. We don't wait until the crisis comes and then decide, hey, am I really a believer or not? Do I really trust God or not? That needs to already be decided beforehand. Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego